I'm just a faninator to create lots of fans for myself. They would help me to be my minions, and I can take over the tri-state area much easier if I had minions instead of, just Norm.
I think that you could drop the people in this room. Major Monogram, I've seen a number of people in disguises here on the Comic-Con floor. Are there any undercover agents keeping us safe in San Diego?
Well, absolutely. I mean, if you look around, there's a whole lot of potential evil characters floating about this place. So, yes, we discreetly have some agents posted around just to make sure nothing gets out of hand. Carl is somewhere in a squirrel suit, actually, waiting for a Twilight panel.
Phineas, what are your plans for when summer vacation is finally over and school starts up again?
Wait. When summer vacation is what? I can't even think about that. I mean, there's only 104 days of summer. It feels like it's been a lot longer than that, but we gotta make the best of every single one.
I'm okay with it going on forever, if it's all the same to you guys. It's a nice long summer. Isabella, Phineas is sitting next to you. Is there anything you'd like? Is there anything you'd like to share with him? Perhaps something obvious that he's been completely missing for a really long time.
Sometimes I just get lost in his eyes and I can't really think straight. And as much as I support everyone here, getting into character and loving Comic-Con, really all I can think about is the beautiful hunk of man next to me.
I don't know what she's talking about. A hunk of what?
A hunk of burning love.
This is getting good. I'm just going to be quiet for a while. Perry, although you and Doof are nemeses, it's hard to imagine what you would do without him. In one word, and I really want you to think about this before you answer. How would you describe your complex relationship with Danville's most horrific evil genius? Okay guys, this is for the actual people on this panel. Can you tell us a little bit about where we are in season 3, what there is still to be seen, what's going on with season 4? Where are we in the process right now?
Well, we're finishing up season 3 right now, and we're ending the season with a cliffhanger. It's sort of our Who Shot JR.
Only without the shooting.
Without the shooting, and without the JR, and
without the who.
And without the who. Exactly. Where's Perry is our season ender. And we're gonna end with a cliffhanger, not knowing where Perry is, and then fourth season will start up with the resolution to that. So
Or will it?
Any sense of when the fourth season we're going to see that, or?
It's like a month later, I think. A month or 6 weeks or something like that later. So you'll have lots of time for speculation as to where exactly he is.
Can I wager a guess?
You can wager a guess.
Okay, I'll do it later.
Okay.
Vincent, of the episodes that we haven't seen yet, the ones that you already done your work for, can you tell us about any special inventions coming up that we should be excited about?
Well, the one that I'm most excited about right now, I think is something you're going to talk about later. But it's we are forced to help out some other characters who you may have heard of. They're Iron Man and Hulk, and, some characters like that, and so it's very cool.
Sweet. Alyson, what's Isabella up to in these new episodes? Will she be getting any new fireside badges that we should be aware of?
It's another day. It's time for a new badge. She, I think, is becoming more, I'd say, confident in speaking her mind about what she's thinking about. If it relates to Phineas or it relates to her team, she's still
saccharine sweet, just syrupy sweet all the time, but she has a bit of a bite to her, and it's kind of nice. She gets a little sassy, but it's still just pure, good-hearted fun, and yeah, I mean, I love her. Like, she's wonderful. Wonderful.
Dee, I would imagine that that the voice work that you do, particularly for Perry, is very challenging because there's a limit to it. Have you got it? Is it hard? Is it fun? Is it easy? What's your process?
It's so difficult that they recorded it once and reprinted in every show because it really takes it out of me to muster that sound. But normally I'm brought in to do like an extra sneeze or a snore or a snort effort on Perry's behalf. But other than that, it's about the easiest, funnest little thing I've ever done in a show that so marvelously brings together science and music in their most inspirational and entertaining form into one show. It's really awesome to be a part of it.
Now I understand that you do all the animals on the show. Is that
I do
accurate?
a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of little things and big things and monsters. That was the big kind of cube-like fuzzy monster in the movie that we did, and the goose and the giant metal dog. It's whatever they throw at me, I'll make a sound for it. Sometimes, usually it works.
And if there are other animal agents, you would do the voices for them?
Yeah. There's sometimes just a dog or a cat or anything you want to dial in there.
Do you want to play us a quick speed round animal sound challenge? Just throw out a couple things.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right, here we go. Let's start with monkey. We'll start easy. Monkey. Chicken. Angry chicken. Cow. Sad cow. Dolphin. And finally,
If I get that call back,
They're all like individual.
And finally, lobster. Just to see what happens.
All right.
That's okay.
We wrote a song for an upcoming episode called "Living with Monkeys," and the chorus of it we had backgrounds thought of that would be going, and we were like, we should see if Dee can actually sing as a monkey, and he came in and did like 5 different monkeys for us singing in harmony. So it was very fun.
himself as a monkey. Yeah, I love the monkeys.
I would love to see that. Do you guys mind, because I haven't been fortunate enough to actually be at one of your panels before, maybe many of the people in the room have, but could you just talk about the voicing process? Do you ever see each other? Are you in the same room other than when you're at Comic-Con, or does everybody kind of do it individually?
Well, we record almost everybody individually. We thought about doing it as an ensemble cast, but the problem is that Doofenshmirtz talks and Perry doesn't. And Phineas talks and Ferb doesn't. And so we don't have a lot of, like it would be one actor just sort of sitting in the chair while the other one,
It'd be great to fly in Thomas Sangster once a week to sit there for all day just to say something witty at the end.
So we will we'll record them, and there is a conversation with somebody. Usually Swampy runs the reports, and he'll read the other part for the person so they can feel it back and forth. But it's sort of our responsibility to remember how the other person said things, so that we can make it feel like a conversation.
I get to see everybody, but everybody else kind of passes at the end of the
Vincent, you were telling me earlier that the gentleman who does or does Ferb? You've only met.
2 times, actually. Thomas Sangster plays my stepbrother Ferb, as you all know. And we've been working on the show now almost 7 years. And I've met Thomas Sangster twice. I met him once when we were doing promotional work in London. And it's actually pretty ironic. You know the size difference between Phineas and Ferb? Yeah, that's real life. And then I went out to lunch with Tom Sangster and Dan last summer, and I'm sure I'll see him again before 2020.
Is he a chatty guy? He's talk a lot.
He's actually pretty shy.
He's very Ferb-like.
Yeah, he's very Ferb-like in real life.
And he likes building old cars and motorcycles. So he's much more Ferbish than we originally thought he was.
And Alyson, how much time these episodes that we're now about to see for the latter part of season 3 and into season 4, have you already done most of your work for that?
That's a great question. Have I done most of my work for them?
You know, we record the voices, the original voice, 10 months ahead of time. So you've done that part, but you still have some ADR to...
Because we rewrite.
Yeah, it depends on the episode, but ADR sessions are really fun because you actually get to match the voice recording to picture, to the animation. So at first glance, we get a script with strictly writing, and as we laugh about, there's no stage structure in between, so a lot of times you have no idea what we're talking about. But then with the animation, you get more of a fuller picture, obviously. And so I don't know how much more work I need to put into it, but I enjoy every minute of it.
We're not letting you know yet.
Please don't. Please. Please. Work is slow in LA.
We record the voices before doing any of the actual animation, and we put them into an animatic, sort of a storyboard, pencil test type thing, and we do a lot of rewriting in there, but we don't have the voice actors all available to us, so a lot of times stuff will come back fully animated, and it'll be, you know, Isabella on screen, it'll be my voice going, "What you doing?" It's like, so when kids come in for a tour of the studio and I show them that stuff, it always sort of like makes their head spin a little bit to see my voice or Swampy's voice coming out of characters they're not supposed to be coming out of.
Well, Doofenshmirtz invented an animaticator, Ray, and made
It
the
would make
entire
my life
show.
so much easier.
So we mentioned earlier, one of the great things about Comic-Con, why you guys stand in these lines to come to panels like this, is you will find out stuff before anybody else. Would you guys like to hear something cool? I think that Vincent actually sort of referred to this, but it is sort of. But it's my understanding that you guys have something special to announce, perhaps regarding a particular crossover with a certain comic book company.
That's right. Next summer, we're doing an hour-long special where the Marvel characters come to Danville and get in a big adventure with Phineas and Ferb. There's Spider-Man right there. And Iron Man. Yeah, are coming. And they're going to battle Red Skull, MODOK, Whiplash, and Venom.
Did you bring us anything to look at?
I think that we may
I
have.
believe there's a clip for an Avengers 2 announcement, and I think we just got it. I do want to point out in the front row here, Jeff Loeb and Joe Quesada from Marvel,
Here we go. I think we were asked because Joe and I are often referred to as the Phineas and Ferb of Marvel. You guys will figure out which one of us get up here.
You're Phineas, Jeff.
So we just wanted to say that, you know, not since the Punisher came to Riverdale in order to find Archie, was there an opportunity like this. It was really an extraordinary thing that was brought to us, and to give credit where credit's due, starting with this gentleman, Marsh, who is responsible for so much of the wonderful things you see at Disney. But that Dan and Swampy, as we found out, are like these ridiculous Marvel fans. And do not get Swampy started on the Silver Surfer, or you will not have the rest of your day. So it's just this amazing opportunity. I'll let Joe talk a little bit about some of the fun of the show.
The show's really great, guys. We've been having a blast working with everyone here, and yeah, I mean, like, these guys are great Marvel fans, and the trick was really quelling the cast down, because we wanted to play with every single Marvel hero, but it just would have been a 4-hour movie, and I don't think we would have been able to do that. But it's been great fun, and you guys will be thrilled by it. Not much more to say than that. You know, it's we're in good hands. So
check it out next summer.
Thank you.
Next time.
Awesome. Just a couple more quick questions for you guys. Alyson and Vincent and Dee, you guys are obviously have done a lot of other work other than this. Do you ever get recognized by the super sort of Phineas and Ferb fan who knows you on site and basically comes up to you and says, "I know you are the voice of Perry or Isabella or Phineas"? Has it ever happened?
I'll get it occasionally, but only here. I'm pretty stealth.
That's fitting. It's fitting.
Yeah, it's great. I love
character.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, Alyson, I know, has done commercials and things like that too to promote the show. And I really started getting recognized for it after I did like Disney 365s and things like that, where I was directly promoting Phineas and Ferb and saying, "Hey guys, I'm Phineas." And so when people come up to me, they would know. And you know, when I mess with kids at Disneyland, that also helps. You know, when you see a person in a pair of the Platypus shirt and say, "Oh, there you are, Perry," and they're like, "Wait a minute." Yeah, we were just talking about that earlier.
I often, in the mall, walk behind small children and say what you're doing and just watch them look for Isabella.
But she doesn't tell them.
And then I said that out loud in an interview today, and I felt slightly convicted. It seems torturous. It seems torturous, because you never get to see. But anyways, I would say, actually, out of a lot of the other work that I have done, I get recognized most for this show. And I am so proud of it, so I'm happy. I'm happy about that.
That's awesome. So everybody here, feel free to approach anyone on this panel. You'll see them in the next 2 days. Dan and Swampy, this, just from a writer standpoint, one of the questions, having seen almost all the episodes of the show, has there ever been a story or an idea that you guys wanted to do, but haven't done, or are holding back, or they wouldn't let you do?
I don't know that there's anything they haven't allowed us to do. We've had like ideas of how would we do this, and had a hard time breaking a story, and having it work in a way that we could actually put on Disney Channel. Like first season, we kept batting around the idea of like doing a zombie movie, and we just had a hard time sort of making it work because we can't have them eating brains, we can't have them doing any of the real zombie movie tropes, and we just now sort of came up with something that'll sort of have that feel but not actually be a zombie.
I mean, a lot of what we do with the writers, we have a stunning creative writing team, and they'll bring stuff that you really just try not to say no to. There might be a way to do it, and so there's ideas that float around for a whole season before somebody goes, "I think I figured out a way to do that." So we just try not to say no. There's a drawer full of ideas and waiting to figure out a way to do it. We've had stories pitched for a particular character that didn't work, and then all of a sudden you go, "Well, actually, if we do it with this character, it's genius."
That was the other question. Sorry.
I just want to throw in that as a parent who watches the show over and over again daily with my children on the DVR, that I really appreciate the innovative ideas, I think uniquely so, in the cartoons that my kids like to watch. I mean, in particular, I'm thinking about like the Caveman episode, where the entire episode is there's no English spoken. It's all by letters. Or going back to ancient China. I mean, really unusual, interesting, fun ideas that really shake things up and turn the conventions of the story around. That really show that They're actively trying to come up with new, fun stuff, and not just photocopy what's already been established that's really great already. And that's what's so fun as a parent, is to be surprised by the new takes on this every single episode. It's really great.
Yeah, the other question that I had was, I've been curious about, obviously there's a Phineas and Ferb story, and then there's a Doof and Perry story, but it seems in every single episode somehow they just mesh together beautifully. And I wondered if you guys have ever mixed and matched, or if you pitch those ideas separately and then try to fit them together.
Well, we have occasionally, so we'll get an outline that has a really good Doof story, but it doesn't really work with the Phineas and Ferb story. We'll say, save this one, make this its own episode, and let's do a different Doof story here, because all we really need to do is we sort of back engineer everything from how the two stories, they sort of have to connect in some way that is unknown to both parties. And as long as that happens, then then we've got a story. So we can sometimes pull one out and put another one in, and then we get two shows with one idea.
And then you try to figure out which ones are actually 11 minutes, and which ones end up being 22. And it goes both ways. We'll have ones that fit to 22, and we think actually if we compress this, we get much more humor out of 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Take the wild ride and some of the breathing.
And like the Second Dimension movie, which I'm assuming a lot of you have probably seen. That actually was pitched as an 11-minute episode. Not that whole story, but the idea that the boys would find out who Perry was and go on this adventure with him, and we just felt like that will never work as an 11-minute episode, because we won't be able to earn that in that short a time, and it'll just feel rushed and stuff. And we had this other concept of going through other dimensions, so we sort of put the two of those together and made the big story, and we were very happy with it.
Like Frankenstein.
Yes.
So speaking of big stories, you alluded to this summer's sort of big event is going to be called Where's Perry? And what can you tell us about that?
Well, the family is on vacation in Africa, and they've been forced to leave Perry behind, and Perry's being watched over by the grandparents.
Actually, the OWCA calls him back for a very important mission that turns out not to be very important.
Yes. Yeah, because Monogram thought it was really important because the cap lock key on Doofenshmirtz's computer got infected, so it looked like he was yelling and all, so he felt like it was very important. And in the meantime, Perry gets into this whole scuffle with Doofenshmirtz, and I'm trying to think of how much I can actually give away. Eventually, there becomes a great doubt as to what has happened to Perry, and we'll find out at the end of it. But the first episode's coming on soon, and should we tell them now? You're all getting one of these when you leave, and this will allow you to download the first half for free.
Got instructions on the back there.
The gentlemen are going to set up another clip for us, perhaps a song of some kind. But before they do, right after that, we're going to open it up for you guys to ask whatever questions you have. And I believe I see that there's a mic there, and there's also one over there. So if you guys want to start queuing up, please do. And gentlemen, please tell us what we're about to see.
Okay, so I guess I can't tell you this because we're showing this clip. Doofenshmirtz is trying to shoot a Monogram with a make everything evil-inator, so that Monogram will be evil, and therefore,
I'll shoot him with the ray, he'll become evil, he'll be my minion, it'll be so much easier to take over the tri-state area.